If there's one thing we've learned about business and life, it's that people are the X factor. They constantly surprise us, both in amazing ways and not so much. We're Ben and Syya, and welcome to the Gnaw on This Business Bites podcast. This show is all about real life things we all deal with every day, how they relate to business, and how to make some sense out of our daily chaos. Welcome to the show. And welcome back to another episode of Gnaw on This Business Bites. I'm Ben, this is Syya, and I got a question for you. What has happened to customer experience and customer service? Seriously. Now, I come from a customer service world. Syya comes from a customer service world. My God, the woman was with Disney for 7 years. I am seeing the world go to a handbasket, and now people are demanding 20 to 25% tips for self-service. You go and you order food online. You go pick it up at the restaurant. You prepaid for it. And the first thing that shows up is, would you like to give us a 20 or 25% tip? For what? Seriously, people. Now, I come from being a waiter at a fine dining experience. I've had $2,000 tip for working Christmas Eve. I've also had people leave me 2 pennies. And guess what? When I got 2 pennies, which means, you know what? For your pennies, for your thoughts, I probably deserved it. I was probably surly. I was probably rude. I was probably off my game, or maybe my busboy was, or maybe the waitress who sat, or the hostess that sat them was, or maybe the person who gives the drinks were. Whatever it was, the person got bad service, and we deserved it. TIP stands for to ensure promptness. Customer experience is an end-to-end thing. It's how do I feel from the very first time I meet the person to the very last experience I have with this person before either one of us dies, moves out of the city, or moves to a different company. And we need to think about, how are we providing a total experience? How are we getting people inside of our company to understand how to treat a customer, how to build an emotional relationship with these people, how to tell the stories that emote, feelings? Because if people don't care about, to paraphrase Maya Angelou, it's not what you said, it's not what you did, but it's how you made people feel.
Yep.
We need to be able to have people feel that they have been given white glove, red carpet service, and they feel they are special, whether they're one-on-one or 1 to 1,000. And that's when we deserve to be able to charge whatever we charge, because people see value in what we do, not because, well, the convention is we give a 20% tip. So if you don't give me a 20% tip, it doesn't matter if I sit there and spit in your food, I still deserve that money. So Syya, let's gnaw on this.
Shall we dance? The customer experience, customer service is a dance. It's communication. It is feedback and, feedback back and forth, right? It's give, take, feedback, right? If you want to leave someone with a great experience, as you say, as we all quote Maya Angelou, sometimes we don't remember what was said, but we definitely know and remember how we feel. Right? It harkens back to a previous conversation, that we talked about, evoking emotions from storytelling. Isn't customer experience a form of real-time improvisation to create a story, right? If we can give someone, let's say some as mundane as a restaurant experience, right? From the second they walk in that parking lot, did they design that parking lot in a way that's friendly, that is accommodating, such that not everyone's going to have to walk 5 miles or have to hunt down streets, which I did to go to a concert this weekend. Everyone's doing side roads because there was no parking lot designed or designated, right? or they prepaid and all that, and so didn't have enough for the capacity of the place. Disney does it freaking well, right? They designed a way where when you go into the park, you're going to sit in a 2-hour queue, okay? But what did they do? They zigzagged it. They gave you
And you're
visual
being
points of
along the
element
way.
to distract you. They gave you things to do, to distract you from the experience, or to submerge you into the theme of whatever that ride was. Like, to me, back when they did Indiana Jones, that ride
Mhm.
just blew me away. That thing was a 2-hour queue, but I said it was worth it. That's the customer experience. Customer service is being able to perform a immediate service in an almost transactional way, but in a way that's meaningful, right? Again, there is still a back and forth dialogue, but customer service is, to me, usually at that one point in time. It's the
Yeah,
actual execution of whatever issue of that moment. Give you one moment in time. Just kidding. Okay, sorry, I had to do it.
I
But you know
know.
what I mean? But it's again, that customer service is really hearing the person with whom you're interacting with to have a mini story, end conclusion, boom, right then and there. And it could be instantaneous. It could be a smile. It could be something as simple as a nod, right?
Mhm.
Acknowledgement. That's what people like in customer service type experience. Acknowledge that they have a need for something. Like, let's say, for example, like, oh, my water glass is empty. You look over and they just give you that nod of like, got it. That, to me, positive experience, customer service, right? So yeah, no, that is I wish people understood that there is a difference between the two, but it doesn't mean they're mutually exclusive from one another either.
No, I mean, good customer service leads to great customer experience.
Yes.
And you're right, because it's enabling people to walk out of your establishment, whatever it is, and say, these people cared about me. These people actually cared about me. I mean, the original thought behind the Walmart greeter was brilliant. It really was. Having somebody that when you walked into a Walmart, God knows how many Walmarts are in the world, but you walk into a Walmart anywhere in the world, there's somebody there saying hello to you.
Yeah.
Now, the trick is, are all those people authentic? Are they trained? Do they know where everything is? Can they answer questions? Can they be dynamic? Can they build a rapport, even if it's that rapport of 30 seconds? I would say no. But the original thought behind it is a great thought. And the trick is, it's not about the thought, it's about the execution. And it's,
Yes. Well, what I was going to add to that is, when you're greeted by someone, and let's be honest, the Walmart demographic is a different community that they're serving. Okay.
yes.
Let's not pretend. The idea of the Walmart greeters isn't because they just want to be generous and give a lot of retirees, a chance to chill and talk to people. It's loss prevention. What they want to do is psychologically have you feel like, oh, grandma just welcomed me. Grandpa just welcomed me. Oh, I'm not going to steal from them. And on top of that, how are you going to deny grandma if they're like, hey, can I just check your receipt real quick, and you not be
Yeah.
offended by it because it's grandma, grandpa, right? Here's where I want to turn the conversation just a little bit when it comes to customer support and customer experience, if you don't mind. Flip it on its edge of, I'm seeing more than ever a lot of great customer experience and customer service representatives really hustling and trying hard. Are people being good customer receivers? Meaning, are you being a good customer? I can't tell you these Karen videos of people who are just never satisfied. Don't make me break out into a Prince song. But this is what it sounds like when doves cry. I'm just, if you know the lyrics, you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
Are we being good people in return when we're receiving a good experience? I think some days some people are greedy for whatever reason, whatever experiences they have in life. I feel like there are individuals that just seem to love to take. And that's hard as a person trying to give a good experience when you're dealing with someone that is 100% not in your best interest. And they're literally saying to your face, I'm going to take whatever I can from you. scorch and nuke the earth in the path to get there.
Well, I mean, if you go to any customer experience team, any online customer experience team, 70% of the calls they get are people with attitude, people that are upset, people that feel that they're hard done by, that they've been wronged, that whatever it is, has done wrong. And these people try their absolute best. There's two problems. One, they're not trained, and two, some of them are just not trained very well. And another thing is they're not empowered to do anything.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's on the company, and that's on the leadership. Is that if you're going to put people on the front line and have these people be the ones that take the shots to the gut every single day, you got to train them how to take those shots to the gut and how to deflect them. And you also have to empower them to make things right. And if you're not doing that, these people are going to get yelled at more and more and more, because what you're doing is you're putting a position where somebody angry is going to become more angry. Yeah. Because they're saying you're not listening to me. Well, I'm listening to you, but I can't really do anything about it. But I can't say that I can't do anything about it. And so, yes, you have the Karens on one side of the world. Sorry, anybody named Karen that gets offended by this, but that's life. But on the other hand, you also have companies that are not training their people how to be great advocates and not empowering people how to be great advocates. There's a quote I use, is your brand is only as valuable as your unhappiest employee on their worst day. Ooh. Say that again. Your brand is only as valuable as your unhappiest employee on their worst day. And when you have a whole bunch of surly customer experience people that feel beaten up and beaten on a regular basis, this affects your brand. And all of a sudden you become known as that brand. I'll go there as last resort. If I can't buy it anywhere else, I'll go there. Or if they're, way cheaper than somebody else, I'll bite the bullet and I'll buy it from them. But other than that, all you are is a commodity. Yep. You're not a beloved brand. You're not a valued brand. You're certainly not a respected brand. You are a brand that all of a sudden is the one that, oh my God, I have to deal with these people again. And when we're those people, we become easily forgotten and easily replaced.
Oh, you just triggered a memory for me I remember a competitor that is, they were the big dogs in their particular segment of the tech industry. And I remember the client had confided in me. And they're like, dude, we actually would rather work with you. Your team seems to be really interested in our best interest, but we've made such a big dollar investment into this competitor. We're kind of sunk. We're stuck with them. And they said to me, the competitor rep had the audacity to tell the client, you guys are so vested and you're either so sunk with us. I don't care if you hate me or not, but you will be doing X, Y, Z. And no customer wants to be told you're stuck with me no matter whether you like me or not, and all that stuff. It was crazy to me that someone would be that arrogant to tell a client, I can get you fired equivalent, right? Like, we're too far along.
And you could go to that customer. And you could go to that customer and charge them 10% more. And just say, look, let me buy you out of your contract.
Yeah.
Let me buy you out of your contract. It's going to cost you 10% more in the long run, but we'll do this over 5 years. But you're going to get this, and this. And 80% of people would walk with you.
I wish I could say that particular project I could, but it was a multi-million-dollar already sunk cost. So yeah, no. And but yes.
Yeah.
If you can provide an alternative where, again, that hurdle rate to overcome that pain point for them to switch over from, whatever. Absolutely. I just think, though, again, going back to customer service and understanding, if you're providing a value to a customer, they're willing to pay for it if you give them a good experience about it. Right. But yeah, no, it's just, I was just tying back to a memory, but don't make me keep going down that path because there was so much woohoo that went down in my days. So, Yes, I'm just going to close off for my final thoughts on this, sir, is customer experience and customer service are two different things, but they're intertwined. And truly think about whatever industry that you're in all your interactions, how are you making the people feel as they're working with you? And on the flip side, if you're a client, how are you making the people that you work with feel? Like, if you're going to treat them like, the servant help, should you be surprised if you're not getting the quote love and white glove treatment if you're kind of being a poo-poo? That's all. And yes, I said poo-poo.
I love everything you're saying. I'll just add one more thing and then we're going to get going. Customer service is not, and customer experience is not a customer service department's problem. It's everybody in the company. Everybody in the company is in sales. Everybody in the company is on customer experience. Everybody is there when the phone rings and a customer calls and they have a problem. It's not, hang on, let me get you Dave. It's, how can I help you? And sometimes just being that thing and says, look, Dave's not here at the moment. Can you give me all the information? Let me see what I can do. And listening to customers, because when we listen to people, we understand them and we value them. That's customer experience. So with that, I'm Ben.
And I'm Syya.
And we'll see you soon.
Hey. Thanks for listening to another episode of Not On This, Business Bites. If you liked what you heard, we most humbly ask that you like, share, and hit that subscribe button. And if you want to communicate more effectively within your organization, contact Ben at yourbrandmarketing.com or me at brilliantbeammedia.com. We can help you build your community, brand awareness, and personality through digital content and podcasting. We cannot wait to hear from you. So see you next week for another episode of Not On This, Business Bites.